Hey guys, Christina Marie here, and today I am bringing you a special video. It is a review video, but it's also a giveaway and an informative video all in one. So I figure let's just lump it all in, to one thing. First things first. It literally occurred to me like last night when I went to bed that I never mailed out the Shadowhunter postcards that I got from my meetup with Cassandra Clare. Like, it literally just occurred to me. And so I went to go grab them because I'm like, oh my God, I'm a horrible person. And they are ripped to shreds because somebody left their bedroom door open and left them sitting on her dresser, and her cats got to them and they are now just minced pieces of paper. And so I am deeply sorry. I am so sorry. Like, it slipped. I am not even gonna excuse myself. I'm horrible. It's on me. I am so sorry. This is part of the reason why I don't do giveaways unless I'm not the one that's hosting it. Because I'm horrible at remembering things. I'm horrible at mailing things out. I am so sorry, you guys. Anyway, and why didn't you guys call me out? Not that it's your responsibility to do so, but why didn't you tell me I didn't send it to you? I swear, it was nowhere on my brain. I'm moving on. I am so sorry. Let's get into today's video. Today is the book release day for a book that was released by a author friend of mine, Geneva Lee. Now, some of you have heard me talk about her before. I adore her. She wrote the book called Command Me, which is probably one of my favorite erotic / contemporary romances I've ever read. Like, it was done so well. And you guys know how I feel about erotic romance. It's not really my deal, but this was so good. So she released the first of a 3-part, I believe. I will fact check that. Well, I know for a fact that the next part is coming out on June 27th. This first part came out today, which is May 31st. The whole series is called Guilt. The first part that I'm going to be talking about today is called By Invitation Only. The second part, which comes out on June 27th, is called Sin Never Sleeps. So it is a continuation of the first. So I will say that the part that I'm talking about today does end on a little bit of a cliffhanger. So without further ado, let's get into this review. That rhyme wasn't intentional at all. So this is what the cover looks like. It's a rose on the front. It says Guilt by Invitation Only. So this is a mature young adult mystery, suspense, romance kind of a deal. And it is, in my opinion, very reminiscent of Pretty Little Liars. When I was reading it, I got a Pretty Little Liars vibe from it, and that's not a horrible thing at all. Although I don't watch Pretty Little Liars anymore, I really enjoyed this story. This story follows Emma Sutherly and Jameson West. Their relationship development and their friendship, whatever, with one another, as well as their own separate happenings. Now, this story is basically about Emma, who is dealing with a lot. Pretty much, she just finished her junior year, and she's going to become a senior, and she's struggling with the death of her sister Becca, who died tragically, and she isn't handling it well at all. So through that tragedy, like, her dad is suffering, her mom and dad split, her mom remarried and married into some money, and so that with that money, mom actually put Emma into like this boarding private school or whatnot. It's not boarding, it's a private school where Emma doesn't really fit in, and she kind of isolated herself from the popular people at that school. So she's kind of like no zone. Like, she's kind of like the odd kid out, like the loser kid of the school. She does have a best friend named Josie, and they stick together. Josie got a scholarship to the school, so that's how they ended up going together. So one night Josie gets a hold of an invitation to a party at the West estate. And the Wests, that family, is very prestigious. They're very rich. Emma does not get along with the West daughter, but she gets into the party anyway because she goes with Josie. At that party, she meets Jameson. She doesn't know who Jameson is. Jameson doesn't know who she is, and they just kind of hit it off. Now, they hit it off, have a good time. The next day, a mystery pops up because there is a body that is found at the house where the party was. And Jameson is the main suspect. So now Emma has to concern herself with who she basically associated herself with, who he is, did he do it, did he not do it, why does she have feelings for him, all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty much what the story is about. It's just her dealing with her feelings for Jameson, dealing with the fact that Jameson may or may not be a murderer, and also just kind of trying to heal from her sister's death, as well as other stuff. Like her dad has his own issues, her mom has her own issues, and it's just a really interesting story. There's a lot of drama in this book. Like I said, very, very reminiscent of Pretty Little Liars, because it is a mystery that you're trying to solve as to who killed this person. Now, I didn't really spoil anything for you because all of this is basically laid out in like the first chapter / the synopsis of the book. Now, I don't want to get into too much detail about the book because I really want you guys to enjoy it for yourself, but I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. One, because it was just great to be back into the mind of Geneva Lee. Like, I really adore her writing. And while I will say this story isn't my favorite of hers, it's really, really good, and I enjoyed it a lot. It's definitely something different of hers that I have read. I've only read her Command Me. It's not really the Command Me series, but her Royals saga, that's what it's called, which was a little bit more on the mature side. Now, I will say this is a mature YA story, so there is language and sexual, scenes and whatnot, duh. So kind of err on the caution with that, depending on how old or how young you are, whatever, or your preference. But I really did enjoy this book. I think it was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed Emma. Josie was pretty cool. And a lot of times female characters can annoy me if they're not developed in the correct way, or in the way that I would prefer. And the thing about Emma is really real. She is very vulnerable. She's still suffering, and that's very apparent in this novel. But then also Jameson, I really enjoyed him, and usually I try and slap myself on the hand when I find myself gravitating toward a bad boy who is poorly written, or a bad boy who is quite abusive to women. And Jameson is not either of those. Jameson is a really good guy. He's just very conflicted, I think, and he gets himself in a situation that, quite frankly, it's like, seriously, dude? Seriously? So I even have trouble throughout the book trying to figure out whether or not he did it or he didn't do it. Again, that answer is not really revealed in this book because there is a bit of a cliffhanger. But something does happen at the end that makes me question a lot of things. And I was just like, why don't I have the second book now, Geneva? Like, what is this cliffhanger business? I want more. And that's the thing. Like, this book left me wanting more. I wanted to continue reading it. By the time I was done with it, I was like, no, I need the rest. What are you doing? So I actually read this book in about 2.5, 3 hours. So it is a fast-paced read. So don't feel like this is something you have to spread out throughout a week or something like that. You honestly can get through it in one sitting, which is what I did. And I preferred it that way. And I'm glad I did because of the cliffhanger. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this book. I haven't read a book like this at all this year. Last year in 2014, I read a lot of books like this, so I'm really glad that I'm able to get back into this, because I think maybe that's probably what kept me from reading as much as I wanted to last year, and what's keeping me from reading as much as I want to this year. Books like this. I loved it. I want more. I can't wait to read more, and I highly recommend this one to you guys. If you're wanting something that's not too adult, but not too you know, juvenile, has a little bit of mystery to it. If you're into Pretty Little Liars, then you're gonna like this book for sure. So those are my thoughts on this. 4.5 out of 5 stars. Now, with permission from UtopiaCon and Geneva Lee and her people, I am able to give away an ARC copy. It's an e-copy, an e-ARC of Guilt by invitation only. So if you would like to be entered to win an ARC copy, this is going to be a quick giveaway. I'm going to literally pick a winner by like Sunday. I'm not going to let this last too long. So if you would like to enter this giveaway, all you have to do, thumbs up this video and comment down below with your favorite book of 2016 thus far. We're gonna do that. One, because I like having book recommendations. So thumbs up this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and comment down below with your favorite book of 2016 thus far. Now, before I go, I do want to let you guys know that Geneva Lee is actually going to be at UtopiaCon this year, so I will get to meet her. I've already met her, actually. Funny story how I met her. I'll get to that in a second. But I will be getting to meet her, sit down and chat with her, so we're going to get to have an author interview, which I'm super excited about. I definitely would encourage you guys to look into her work. She is a New York Times bestseller. She's fantastic and the sweetest person. She's gorgeous. Like, she's so gorgeous in her photos and as well as in person. She's just beautiful. I'm super excited to really get to know her at UtopiaCon, to sit down and chat with her about her books and kind of pick her brain a little bit. So that's going to be happening. Now, funny story. Geneva and I actually don't live that far from one another, so I actually know her her assistant Elise. I met Elise first. Like, Elise came in to Sephora one time looking for a blush, and I helped her find a blush and all of that, and then we got to talking about books, and then she found me on Facebook and we became friends, and then I found out that she was Geneva Lee's assistant. And then one day, like, this is probably like a month or so after I had met Elise, it was her birthday and she was coming into Sephora, and I was coming back from lunch, and so I was walking from the back room onto the floor, and then I happened to see Geneva across the store, and I was like, she looks really familiar. Like, it didn't click, and I was like, she looks so familiar. And then I saw Elise, and I was like, that's Geneva Lee. Oh my gosh. And then we all just kind of met up, and I got to play with Elise's face and do a pretty little lipstick on her and some concealer and stuff like that, which was super fun. But yeah, that was like my first time really meeting Geneva, and super sweet, super nice, absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness. So super pumped to really get to know her more for this interview at UtopiaCon. I really want you guys to check out her books. Be sure to check out By Invitation Only, as well as all of her other books. The saga of the Royal Saga is a really, really great way to introduce yourself to Geneva if you are really into like contemporary romance with, you know, an erotic spin to it. I was kind of all about it, so I liked it a lot. But yeah, make sure to check out Geneva, enter the giveaway. Remember, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, you thumbs up the video, comment down below with your favorite book of 2016 thus far. I will leave the Goodread links and the buy links to Guilt by Invitation Only in the description down below. And thanks so much for watching, you guys. Make sure, again, you're subscribed to my channel for more videos from this girl. And I will see you in my next video. Giveaway ends this Sunday, whatever day that is, June 5th. Yeah? Yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.